People hooked up? Here you go. Good afternoon. I'm now going to call the Wednesday, June 21, 2023 meeting of the Norfolk County Commission to order. On Wednesday, March 29, 2023, Governor Healy signed into law Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, an act making appropriations for the fiscal year 2023, which includes a 2-year extension of the option for public bodies to hold remote meetings by suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 20. That action was effective immediately until it is extending the current option for remote meetings through March 31st of 2025. If you please rise and join me in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You call the roll. Commissioner Stady,
Yes, sir, I am present.
Commissioner Collins, Commissioner Shea is present. We have a quorum. There is no executive session today, so there'll be no number 3. Number 4, minutes of the open session meeting of June 14th, 2023 for approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I'd be pleased to move approval of the meeting minutes of June 14th as presented.
second. Motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Number 5 is appointments. We have none. Number 6 is public comment session. Each week we have an item on our agenda for public comment. Allows the public to make any comment they want. Do you have anybody that's reached out to you during?
No,
the
sir.
time?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone out in Zoom land that has any public comment? Last call for public comment. That concludes number 6. Number 7 is old business. We have none. Number 8, personnel matters for consideration.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
we have several to be considered today. First, at the Wallaston Recreational Facility, I'd be pleased to move notice of contingency employment for Sabrina Ty of Holbrook at the Pro Shop for the rate stated effective 6/21/23. So,
second. Motion made and second. All in favor?
aye.
It is a vote.
The next group are at the Norfolk County Agricultural High School. Several of these are contingency employment. I'll move the following as a group. Kate E. O'Hearn of Worcester as a student worker. Amelia A. Levinson of Sharon, Mass., student worker. Kelsey V. Whaleman of Walpole, forgive me, student worker. Sarah Radner of Dedham, student worker. Colin Gorman of Dorchester, student worker. And Julie Randall of Holliston, student worker. I'll move all of those as contingency employment rate stated, effective date.
Different dates.
You're right. For Kate, Amelia, Kelsey, and Sarah, the date is 6/22/23. And for Colin and Julie, it is 7/3/23.
Second.
Motion made and second. And all in favor?
Aye.
Those were all some of our place. Go ahead.
Last one on the Aggie School, Mr. Chairman, notice of an increase for the fiscal 24 budget for Colin McCormick of Rentham, Mass. as the building and maintenance foreperson. And that's the rate stated effective 7/1/23. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second. On the increase for Colin, looks like that's a 10-year step increase, correct? It says 10 years.
Yes.
Okay. Because it wasn't a budget thing, it was, well, it's a budget thing. Okay, we had a bunch of them last week, but, okay, on Colin McCormick, motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Registry's next.
Registry of Deeds, just move the following, the notice of the resignation of Decima Bennell of Medway as principal clerk. And she served, looks like 18 years, I'm sorry, effective 6/5/23.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. It is a vote on Decima Burnell, 18-year employee.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. That concludes personnel for the day. Number 9, payroll and expense warrants for approval.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, we have 4 items on the warrant list, no opera this week. I'll move the following of the payroll of the county, 23-51, the amount of $154,808.39. So moved.
Motion made and second, all in favor? Aye,
Aye.
it is a vote. Next.
Second item, Mr. Chairman, expense for the county of 06-0323. I move the amount of $85,660.60. So moved.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. Next.
For the Aggie School, the expense for the school is 23-12A, 12A. Move the amount of $56,833.78. So moved.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
And final item, again, for the school expense, line item 23-12B. I move approval of $106,846.59. So moved.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye. That concludes that, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 10, report on American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Director Cronin.
Thank you, Commissioners. As Commissioner Stady just mentioned, there are no articles this week. We are, however, eyeing several for next week, including one for Cohasset, Westwood, Medfield, and 2 for Norfolk. So we expect a heavy level of activity for those awards. There are several others that are coming in quick. I was just speaking with Bill Buckley this morning. Fair amount of work has been done by our auditors, Clifton Larson, to assist Braintree with one of their large applications. It's rather complex. So we're seeing some serious activity in that area. So we do hope that within a week we'll be looking to approve approximately 5 more as we move ahead with our ARPA program. That is all I have at this time.
Any questions about the ARPA program?
Yeah, real quick, if I could.
Sure,
If you
Commissioner
could, either
Stady.
now or later, give me a little more detail on Braintree, just don't know. When we get a chance.
Stop by afterwards. It's
I will.
complex.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good to know. Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Number 11, do we have any ARPA warrants today for approval?
No, sir.
Okay, moving right along. No bid openings at 1:30.
No, sir.
Okay, report of the county director.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The commission should be advised as we approach the end of June, the county is making final arrangements with the Commonwealth for the sale of Quincy District Court. I understand last week the purchase and sale agreement was signed by the chairman, so it's official. We're still moving to close on July 7th in this transaction. I've got a checklist of items from the state this morning. We're moving ahead. There was one item on our end that Scott's working on, and I'm also working on the final standard contract with the trial courts that will detail how the services will be delivered effective July 1st and how the county will be reimbursed for the same. I've previously given the commissioners a brief on that. I spoke with the trial court contact today, and Chris informs me that he hopes to have a final standard contract approved and given to me by today. So we are well within the timeframe needed to effectively have that signed off on for effectiveness July 1st. The Quincy District Court sale at this point is expected, as I mentioned, to close on July 7th. We are asking the Commonwealth to wire the monies to the county. In a minute, I'll give you an update on, well, I might as well jump into it. The next item is we're still eyeing July 10th, which is the following Monday, for a Finance Committee Advisory Board meeting. This will be completely virtual. I'll have to brief with Chairwoman Childs, but our expectation is that by that date, we'll be looking to do one of two things. If there's any FY23 relief that we need to make to close books favorably, we will do that. We expect to have over $10 million in the county's open fund, general fund, and we'll be looking to move those monies into an appropriate location. So we have some cleanup to do if the chairwoman is inclined on or about July 10th, again, fully virtual. Speaking of year end, we continue to monitor year end activities. Just got an email today from Joe D. I presume he's on the call, as he usually is. He's reporting that we have a favorable free cash right now, but that could be wiped out with year end payrolls. In short, we're waiting for a final trial court rental expense payment to be made, which, if it is received before the end of the fiscal year, will place us in a very favorable position. We'll get the money. The question is when. And I'll speak to Phil and Tosca after this meeting about following up the truck, let's see if we can have an expectation of when it received. Let's see, spoke to Sam.
Would that be the final payment? Sorry. Would that be the final payment then?
For fiscal year 23?
Yeah.
I spoke to Sam Evans, CIO, yesterday. He confirms he will have an IT policy draft to me by July 1st. This is a goal to have several of our several of our administrative policies locked up. And this will be the first one to fall. Hopefully, I'll have a chance to look at that before we meet next week. If not, it'll be the week after July 4th, because I understand we're skipping that week because of the holiday. Just a reminder, I have a financial team meeting tomorrow morning to go over with Nancy, Phil, Joe, and Tony the expected reserve goals for FY 23 into 24, as well as to have a closer look at the fund activity for what is creating our free cash. Okay, that's all I have at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions of Director Cronin?
I'm all set. I'm here. Thank you. Your report. Welcome back.
That was the report of the county director, right?
Yeah.
Okay, number 14, emergency items or topics the chair did not reasonably anticipate. I only have one. I would like to have a little open discussion so we can make a plan about 4th of July week. Can you tell from where you're sitting today? Based on so far for next week, will we be able to absent ourselves on the 4th of July week? What do you think?
You more than likely can. I will alert you that in the event that Chairwoman Childs still wants to hold the July 10th meeting, we'll need a vote of the commissioners prior to that Monday meeting. So that would be July 10th. So if you choose to not meet the week of holiday, I would ask that we potentially schedule a virtual meeting for the commissioners on Monday, the 10th, so that you can take a vote in anticipation of whatever the advisory board and finance committee obviously needs. So that's sort of, and it would be for that purpose. Other than that,
To 10.
That's fine.
I don't believe.
Okay, that's fine.
Again,
I just want to tell everyone ahead of time, if we have to come in, we will. But if not, we're gonna try to take that
Yeah.
week off and hold it up.
we'll hold warrants and things like that, and certain user stamps.
Well,
and so forth.
Whatever you can put on next week, put on, but that's be the big thing. Advisory board, the 10th, that's a Monday, right?
That's
Okay, okay. Any other discussions?
On that, no.
Anything else?
Something else. Just real quick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give kudos to Bill Buckley.
Good plenty.
He went before the
Oh, yes.
Canton Select Board last week. And it was the first of the launch for the Sealer Weights and Measures. So Canton Board executed the contract with the Norfolk County Commissioners. And very exciting. It's very exciting. First of many, right, that will take place, a new program, trying to emphasize regionalization. Of course, poor Mr. Buckley had to put up a few comments that Mr. Conley likes to have a lot of fun, but it went very well and they're very happy with the arrangement. So,
Well, I think it's enough for our new man to get started anyway. Either way, is Franklin's a yes, Canton's a yes, and Needham's a yes. And we're working with Rentham, and it's going positive. I think that's plenty.
Rentham's a yes.
Huh?
Rentham's a yes.
Rentham's a yes. I mean, that's 4 communities.
Did anybody else, has anyone?
Certainly Needham and
Are
Franklin.
they all executed agreements?
They'll come in different phases.
Okay.
Canton's the first.
Canton was the first one. Yeah. It's great.
So when he comes to work on is he coming the 10th or is he coming July 1st? The 10th.
Yeah.
We'll be able to hit the ground running.
And I believe he wants to meet with you before that.
Yeah, I want to emphasize it. Introduce them to everyone.
Yeah, we'll have a prepared onboarding exercise, not just from personnel standpoint, but also practical standpoint. I know this individual is going to have to make public calls to various town leaders in this area of need that we just described. So Bill Buckley and I have talked about scheduling time for this individual to personally meet the town administrators or points of contact that while they may not be necessarily working directly with, they represent. And that's an important part of what this job is entailed. It's a customer service job, and we want them to know
Right.
who's doing the work and who to relate to in case there's any challenges.
And we're gonna have a dedicated line that's the phone number for the Cedar Road subdivisions. Okay, the truck is ready.
The vehicle's ready. We believe we already have, a weights and measures, link on our website that can certainly be enhanced with additional information as the program goes.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Shades of Commissioner
I
O'Brien.
was just gonna say that, but. I
No,
left
that's
it
all
for you.
right. Some days.
But that, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
no,
it.
I don't want to look for trouble.
Well, no,
But,
that's right. Mr. Chairman, that concluding our business for this week, I would move adjournment at 1:18.
It's a record, I think, for this
I think it is.
particular.
I think it is.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor of
Aye.
adjournment?
Aye.
Thank you. I'm gonna make that
Franny's
note,
smiling.
118. Franny would be proud.
Very, very
That's a
proud.
brand new pen, but it doesn't work from Blue
Oh.
Cross. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. Full meeting next week.
Next week. I'm sure
Thank
we'll
you.
make up for